The arrest report released this week states Agee played a major role in the killing of Brooklyn Sims through her text conversation with her son. Much of the report details those text messages between the two provided by the sheriff's office. She's accused of providing her son with an alternative plan for the murder different than his plan to shoot Sims in the parking lot, providing the exact location of where Brooklyn Sims could be found, and also advising him not to tell his nanny because she'll try and talk him out of it. The report shows the texts begin just hours before the shooting, around 10:30 in the morning, and go until almost 1 in the afternoon.
Imagine a chilling story where a mother's aide not only assists but actively motivates her son to commit a shocking murder, targeting none other than the mother of her own grandson. If you find this hard to fathom, I urge you to brace yourself and take a front row seat as I reveal the disturbing truth about someone who did exactly that. Welcome to Off the Wall Crimes, Lost Souls Edition. Hit the subscribe button and bell to be notified for more off-the-wall crime stories. The tragic incident that unfolded within the confines of an Escambia County Home Depot has sent shockwaves through the community, leaving hearts heavy with sorrow and disbelief. The employee whose life was tragically cut short in this harrowing event has now been identified as an 18-year-old woman, forever etching her name, Brooklyn Sims, into the annals of a story that none could have anticipated. As the sun rose on Monday, friends and acquaintances came forward to lend a personal dimension to the news, sharing memories and experiences that painted a vivid picture of the young woman whose life was taken far too soon. Brooklyn Sims, just 18 years old, was more than a statistic. She was a bright presence in the lives of those who knew her. A contracted inventory employee at the Home Depot on Davis Highway, she spent her days surrounded by tools and materials, unsuspecting of the tragic fate that awaited her. In a heartbreaking twist, it was revealed that Brooklyn Sims was not only an employee, but a mother, a role that added layers of complexity to her story. At just 18, she was already shouldering the responsibilities of parenthood, nurturing a 2-year-old daughter who now faces a life forever altered by the absence of her mother. The news serves as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of lives and the ripple effects of tragedy, leaving one to ponder the lasting impact on the innocent child left behind. The name Keith Agee now looms large in the narrative, a 20-year-old individual arrested for the murder that shattered the peace of that fateful Friday afternoon. The revelation that Agee and Sims knew each other adds an unsettling layer to the story, highlighting the stark contrast between familiarity and the unthinkable act that transpired. The very fact that these two individuals shared some form of relationship underscores the unpredictable nature of human behavior and the complexity of motives that can lead to incomprehensible acts of violence. Amid the grief, anger, and confusion that encapsulate this news, the community finds itself grappling with a mixture of emotions that defy easy categorization. The loss of a young life, coupled with the intricate threads of human connection and the implications for an innocent child, evokes a profound sense of sorrow that lingers long after the headlines fade. This tragic incident serves as a stark reminder that even within familiar spaces, darkness can take root, leaving shattered lives in its wake. As the community seeks solace and understanding, it is the memory of Brooklyn Sims that will remain, urging us all to reflect on the preciousness of life and the enduring need for compassion and unity in the face of life's most harrowing moments. According to a detailed arrest report that provides a chilling account of the tragic incident, the focus now turns to the events that transpired within the Home Depot on Davis Highway on that fateful Friday. The report paints a grim picture, narrating how 20-year-old Keith Agee was observed walking down the aisles of the store, his footsteps echoing amidst the hum of everyday commerce. In aisle 52, a seemingly ordinary location within the bustling store, the trajectory of lives took a nightmarish turn.
Bullets ricocheting because they were bouncing off things, and just trying to run. Just first thing telling me move. I actually had to hide behind some boxes, like on the aisle, like where a shelf was. I got behind it and put some boxes in front of me, and I stayed there until some more people came by and they seen me and they was like, "Come on, we have to exit."
Eyewitnesses have provided accounts that are etched in memory, recounting the tense moments that unfolded between Keith Agee and the young contract worker. Words were exchanged, a volatile exchange that hung heavy in the air, each syllable dripping with tension. And then, In a surreal sequence of events that defies comprehension, the unthinkable happened. The sound of a gunshot pierced through the ordinary backdrop of shoppers and merchandise, shattering the veneer of normalcy that had enveloped the space. The tragic consequence of that single gunshot was the loss of life, the life of a young woman whose presence had previously blended seamlessly into the tapestry of the store. Witnesses described the harrowing scene that followed, a scene in which the trajectory of two lives intersected in the most tragic and violent of ways. The act itself was swift, leaving no room for contemplation or intervention. In mere seconds, a young life was extinguished, leaving behind a community grappling with the aftershocks of a senseless act. As the investigation unfolds and the details of the incident are meticulously examined, questions undoubtedly linger about the factors that led to this tragic encounter. What words were exchanged in those final moments? What emotions coursed through the minds of those involved? Such questions remain unanswered, shrouding the incident in an unsettling fog of uncertainty. The aisle that was once a mundane setting for everyday shopping has now become an indelible backdrop to a tale of violence and loss. The arrest report serves as a testament to the meticulous process of piecing together the puzzle of events. It provides a window into the tragic encounter, offering a glimpse into the intersection of lives that resulted in irreparable devastation. Within its pages, the mundane and the tragic coalesce, reminding us all of the fragility of existence and the sobering reality that even the most ordinary of places can bear witness to the extraordinary and the heart-wrenching. As the justice system begins its deliberations, the report stands as a testament to the need for understanding, accountability, and the pursuit of justice that can never fully mend the wounds left in the wake of such a profound loss. The pieces of this tragic puzzle begin to coalesce as details from the Escambia County Sheriff's Office provide crucial context to the grim events that unfolded within the walls of the Home Depot on that ill-fated Friday. The revelation that 20-year-old Keith Agee and the young contract worker were not just random acquaintances but were previously entwined in a relationship adds a layer of complexity to the narrative, a complexity that law enforcement officials are now diligently piecing together.
Text messages, if you look at them, paint a pretty, scary picture of not only knowledge but also a level of assistance. You think that that's as bad as it gets, that the child's mother is killed by the child's father. That's terrible. And then come to find out grandmother had some role in this. Again, I don't think it gets any worse than that.
In the midst of seeking answers, the figure of Sheriff Chip Simmons emerges as a voice of reason and empathy in the wake of such a heart-wrenching incident. The haunting question of why such a tragic act was committed on that specific date and within the confines of a public space hangs heavily in the air. Sheriff Simmons acknowledges the complexity of the situation, acknowledging the past relationship between the individuals involved, and framing it as a case of domestic violence, a term that carries its own weight of gravity and implications. The pursuit of understanding the motives behind this chilling act becomes all-encompassing, as law enforcement attempts to decipher the factors that led to such a grievous outcome. Sheriff Simmons' words underscore the urgency of comprehending not just the how and what, but also the why. His emphasis on encouraging those who might find themselves in potentially dangerous situations to seek help is a poignant reminder of the significance of intervention and support. The haunting truth is that such incidents often reveal patterns that escalate from smaller instances of violence, ultimately culminating in the kind of tragedy witnessed on that Friday. The profound gravity of the situation is palpable as Sheriff Simmons draws parallels between the escalation of domestic violence and its devastating potential. With an empathetic yet stern tone, he acknowledges that the thin line between violence and lethality can blur with terrifying swiftness. His words serve as a plea to the community, a plea to recognize the signs, to reach out for help, and to break the cycle before it spirals into irrevocable tragedy. In this deeply unsettling moment, Sheriff Chip Simmons emerges not just as a law enforcement figure, but as a compassionate leader who understands the human toll of such incidents. His words resonate as a call to action, a reminder that within the confines of our society, there exists a shared responsibility to protect those who might be vulnerable to such circumstances. As the investigation continues, his message echoes as a beacon of hope, urging society to rally around the imperative of preventing such senseless loss and reaffirming the importance of intervention, empathy, and support. Thanks for watching Off the Wall Crimes, Lost Souls Edition. I will see you in the next video.